All right, I've got 12 minutes. We'll get started with the meeting of the Nowata Public Schools. Note that we have a quorum present with Ms. Hill and Mr. Bashford and myself. So three of the five of us completes our quorum to have our meeting today. Item 3 is legal and financial reports. Item A is to vote to approve or not to approve encumbrances number 501 through 504 in the amount of $10,366.25 from the general fund, and number 24, 27, 28, 33, 34, 35, 40, 41, and 44 in the amount of $55,516.83 from the gift fund, or table action on these items.
You can see there on the first set, the big expenditure there is the $9,970. That was for repairs to the high school. We finally got the leak stopped. So there were 2 leaks in the library. There were 2 leaks in the band room, and there was a leak in Mrs. Gregson's room. We got this company guaranteed it for 2 years, and as much rain as we've had, if we were going to leak it, we've already done it. So they must have got them. So it was good. And then the other is, gift funds thing. These are Robinson grants, music equipment, some computers there, $20,000. That's all. This all be reimbursed to the school from Robinson. Very good.
Any other questions? Not to have a motion for item A.
I make a motion that we approve item A.
Second. I have a motion and a second.
Hallett?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Item 4 is general business. Number 1 is the board will consider and take action on the property and liability insurance bid for fiscal year 2019-2020, or table action on this item.
This is relatively close to what our bid was for last year. So I recommend we approve the liability insurance. It's the same company. It's a consortium. You're not going to find a better rate.
What page is the bid on?
It's like 62,000.
Yeah. There it is. About the middle of the first.
$62,979.
All right. Any questions on item 1? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move we approve the item number 1 for property and liability insurance bid.
We have a motion to approve the bid for property and liability insurance bid.
Second.
I have a second from Ms. Hill. This is from Arthur Gallagher, is that correct? Tracy?
Hallett?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Number 2 is discussion and vote to approve or not to approve the personnel report, or table action on this item, or vote on each item individually.
There's 2 items there. You have the proposed hiring of Shiloh Freeman for a kindergarten teacher, as a early childhood teacher. And then we have Mrs. Vo's resignation. She was a kindergarten teacher. So I would recommend we approve both of those.
So will we still need another kindergarten teacher?
Either that or a special ed teacher. But we have, Ms. Campbell has a couple of interviews set up for that, I think, next week. So.
And is the middle school 6th grade, is it English? Has it been filled? Or?
It has not.
No, okay.
Any other questions on the personnel report? Not, is there a motion?
I make a motion we approve the personnel report.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Hallett?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Item 3, the board will vote to approve or not to approve the minutes of the June 10th, 2019 regular board meeting or table action on this item.
Is that one somewhere else, or is it?
It's normally up at the top when we do a regular meeting. I just thought throw it in here, we get out of the way.
Okay, that's good. That's all good. Any questions on that? If not, I'll open for a motion.
I make a motion that we accept the board minutes from June 10th, regular board meeting.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve.
Howard?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Item 4, the board will vote to approve or not to approve Tracy Mitchell as an authorized representative to legally sign on behalf of the LEA all current fiscal year expenditures, reports, disbursements, and cash receipts filed with the OSDE. Let's put those up. Hold on.
State Department of Education.
Yeah, for the purpose and objectives set forth in the terms and conditions of the federal awards or table action on this item. And the LEA is,
Local Education Agency.
thank you.
This is basically just authorizing her to conduct business.
Plain federal.
Plain.
I have a motion.
I have moved that we approve item number 4.
I have a motion to approve item 4. Is there a second?
Second, sorry.
You're fine. I have a motion and a second.
Hallett?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Item 5, the board will vote to approve or not to approve Chris Tanner, superintendent, to enter into any agreement of any nature with Regent Bank, and those agreements will bind Independent School District Number 40 of Nowata County, Nowata Public Schools, without limitation. Chris Tanner is authorized, empowered, and directed to do the following for and on behalf of Nowata Public School, pending school board approval. Item A, borrow money. B, execute notes. C, grant security. D, execute security documents. E, negotiate items. F, further acts or table action on this item.
So this is just basically authorizes me to sign in your name after we've approved a resolution. We would approve it first, I'd go to the bank, hash out the details, and then after it's approved by you, then I would be able to sign, so you wouldn't have to come everybody up and do it. So, I mean, this is nothing that would be out of the ordinary. I mean, this is actually the language that Regent sent, and then I amended it to put pending board approval, so it would be at ease.
Right. So, because we have, I have, and I think Markeisha has had several questions about this, so just to clarify, it doesn't give you the right to just go down to the bank and
No.
just do whatever you want on your own.
No, I can only go acting on your behalf.
Is there any,
So is there documentation that we all agreed on that, signed on something, so that you can go down?
Yeah,
whatever you need?
there's a sheet that you'll sign after we approve it.
are there any other questions? All right. Not, I'll entertain a motion for item number 5.
Make a motion that we approve item 5.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve item number 5.
Hallett?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Item 6, vote to approve or not to approve a revised school calendar for school year 2019-2020 or table action on this item.
Just basically, we talked about this in the last meeting. The State Department's changed the testing window. The testing window ends on the 15th. We were scheduled to get out of school on the 7th, I believe, previously. This would just allow us to go through the 14th. We should have testing complete. And then it moves the start date back to the school week. Instead of starting on the 12th for PD, the teachers can come in on the 19th. And then instead of graduating on the 7th, they'll graduate on the 5th. graduating on the 8th, they'll graduate on the 15th, Class A school will be the 14th. Nothing really changes except the start in the end.
So when you say the testing ends or whatever, which testing is that?
That's the State Department, the required mandatory testing that we have to give from the state.
I thought it was done a lot sooner than that anyway.
It was, they just moved that
So
window back. I think they did it,
Is it in like April that they're done testing and?
Well,
in the past, yes.
End of April?
I think they did it strategically because they wanted to make sure we were still in school later, so they didn't open that testing room. Now it opens, if we were finishing in April before, now they're letting us start at the very beginning of April, or at the very end of April, and then we have that 2-week window there to kind of clean it up. And you have to test 90% of your students, so it's, you got to get them all in that window.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could have technically left it the same, but it made me nervous to get them all here and get them tested before we were out. So just moving it back makes more sense. Plus, I like the fact that once they're finished with the tests, we're pretty much finished with school and there's not any kind of lag time or dead time.
So it really was a decision made by the state.
Pretty much.
That we're just,
adjusting to adjusting.
so that will push the start date of school back to August 22nd, correct?
Yes.
Which is Thursday.
Yes. I'm sure the kids will complain about that.
So,
They'll probably complain about the other side.
that too.
Can't make them all happy.
No, they're still getting out earlier than they used to.
Yeah.
We used to, I should say.
Yeah.
All right. Are there any further questions about the revised school calendar for the upcoming school year?
That's really the only change, isn't it?
Huh?
If not, I'll entertain a motion for item 6.
I move we approve item 6, the revised school calendar for school year 2019-2020.
Second.
Have a motion and a second?
Hallett?
Yes.
Steele?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. Item 5, active adjournment.
No motion.
Motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Have a motion and a second?
Hallett?
Yes.
Steele?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes